What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another podcast. Podcast number 10, baby. Let's get into it, man. Look, this podcast is going to be a little bit about creativity, man. You know what I learned about entrepreneurs, man? We have to be creative. We have to create. And the problem is so many people are not tapping into their creativity, man. And it's kind of putting a damper on your on you creating. So there's a couple questions that we're gonna get started. You know, as we always say, I know how I do it. I got a couple questions. First question is, do you believe we all have a creative side? I'm gonna ask you that question. It's important because, you know, I just spoke to some other people and they said, I don't know. Or they say, I haven't tapped into my creative side. So do you guys believe that we all have a creative side? Because I think that we all do, but some of us don't try to tap into our creativity because the reason why I say that is because according to the Word of God, we all have some kind of gift. So why is it that we have not tapped into our creative side as an entrepreneur, man? Some of us have so many amazing ideals, but we haven't tapped into the side to help us push that ideal. I'm like, what are we doing with our time? Why we haven't tapped into it? Why you haven't, created that business, or why you haven't created that coaching program, created that, whatever that you assigned to do? Why haven't you did it? So I'm constantly always self like asking myself questions on a daily basis. Why haven't I created it? And the reason why I ask myself, because I realize that we all have some kind of creative side, but we choose not to tap into our creative side. And it's crazy because I'm like, man, and I'm gonna talk about this in a minute. I think the reason why, because some of us have that rich parent and some of us have that poor parent. And I think is the mind that they instill inside of us that stops us from being creative. So, and I think that as life goes on, some of us just on the same path of trying to follow our parents' footsteps, which, my parents was an operator, I'm an operator. My parents was a doctor, I'm a doctor. My parents was a nurse, I'm a nurse. We fall into these categories because it's what we've been taught as a kid. And that stops our creativity when it's so much that is inside of us that we do not allow ourselves to go create. So on a daily basis, I'm like, man, am I being creative enough? I'm always asking myself that, like, am I being creative enough? What am I doing? How am I tapping into my creativity on a daily basis? So I want you guys to ask yourself that. And then, how are you using your time weekly and daily when it comes to your creative side? Like, are you just going to work, coming home, or working your business, coming home and chilling? Like, are you really giving the world the best version of you? Are you really tapping into how creative you can be? You know what I'm saying? Because some of us have this we so creative, but we're not allowing our creativity to flourish because we're not tapping into it. So the next question is, time is the most valuable asset we have. So I say that is because we as a unit, entrepreneurs, must tap into our creative side. Now, when I was a kid, I always, like, when everybody went right, I automatically went left. I never was that kid that was like, oh, I'm following the crowd. Like, I never wanted to be that kid. I never was that kid. And as I'm an adult, when everybody go right, I go left. I choose a different path. And I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad. But what I do know is, by me choosing a different path, I get a different experience than most people. And so you got to ask yourself, what path are you choosing right now when it comes to being creative, when it comes to you building your entrepreneur brand? What path are you creating? You know what I'm saying? Or are you just lined up doing the same thing over and over and expecting something different, which that's the definition of insanity, is to continue to do the same thing over and over and expect something different. I want you to be creative. I want you to be tapping into your creative side. I want you to allow your mind to go to another level when it comes to you creating a business, when it comes to you creating, the things that you want to create in life, whether you are trying to be the first author in your family, when you're trying to be the first podcaster, you're trying to be the first whatever, what I'm saying? I want you to be very, very, very creative. But the problem I have learned is so many people are afraid to tap into their creative side. I'm like, but how can it be so difficult? It's because some of us got that rich parent and some of us got that poor parent. We're gonna really, really, really dive into it though. Another thing too, and as we sit here and as you listen to this podcast, or you watching the podcast, whichever one you're doing, because I do both. Ask yourself this question: how creative are you? How creative are you? And have you truly, truly dived into who you really are? So how creative are you? I mean, I want you guys to be locked in, man, and telling yourself on a daily basis, like, how creative are you? I want you to be so creative, man, that nothing or no one can stop you from getting to where you're trying to go. So how creative are you? It's time to tap into it, man. It's time for you to become so creative that people's like, man, I knew you had this side to you. What makes you become creative? All right. What is that thing that pushes you to say, you know what, man, I want to create this, man, I want to make this happen. Like, why some of it. I have a friend right now. I'm trying to help him with his brand, and I'm not gonna really speak on his brand because he might not want nobody to know about it. But it has something to do with some liquor, all right. And so we're thinking of ideals. We're thinking of the way we're bringing it out, the way we're gonna put on the website, the way we're gonna have everything set up, what merchandise we're gonna be selling, how the logo look, the hats, the mugs, the merch, the t-shirts, the jackets. We're really lining it up because he's a very creative individual, man, and I want to see him create, you know what I'm saying, and not be so stuck where he at, which I know what he do for a living. He loves it, you know what I'm saying. So I just want him to be creative, and I'm so excited to help him bring out his creativity when it comes to what he's creating. So it's time for us to tap into it, man. So many of us, we're not tapping into our creativity. We just accepting what the world gives us, and I don't like that. So the last thing is, why, if not, have you tapped into your creative side? You know what I'm saying? Have you tapped into it? And if you haven't, why? Like, what are we doing with our time? How are we using our time? Our time is very valuable, man. We have to position ourselves so that we can get the things that we're trying to do in this world, man. And so you got to ask yourself, like, is it time? How I'm going to tap into it? Why should I tap into it? Because I think we all are very creative, but we need somebody to push us, man. Some of us do. Some of us just wake up, roll out the bed, and we start creating all kind of stuff. But some of us need something like this podcast to tell you that you are creative and you can create whatever you put your mind to. So you got to be locked into it. So what are we going to talk about on this podcast, all right? So we're going to talk about understanding your hobbies, man. Your hobbies can create your creativity, but understanding your hobbies. The second thing we're going to talk about is, man, it's time out for being average. We call it the F-bomb, man. F being average. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. The third thing I'm going to say, it's time for you to put yourself in a place where your creativity can create a massive amount of income. You become rich as shit. That's what we call it. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to talk about the difference between your poor parent and your rich parent. You know what I'm saying? And are you a poor parent or are you a rich parent? Some people want their kids to follow their exact steps. Some kids want to lead their own, they want to blaze their own path. because just because you set a path for them doesn't mean that they're going to choose to go that way. So the thing I ask myself, man, and you should be asking yourself, like, man, have I been creative enough? You know what I'm saying? Have my creativity, who has it helped? You know what I'm saying? Or when I create this brand right here, Why Now Is Your Time. You know, I look at like the videos I post. I look at when I post the audio, like what do people hear? What do they see? When I post the images of the brand, I look at like, is it creative enough to draw an audience? These are the things, that's creativity, like making sure that your brand awareness, when you see Nike, you see that check mark, and then you think about the quote, just do it. You know what I'm saying? You Under Armour, you see all these people, they got their logos, they got you got different things you see with Adidas, and it's so much stuff that you see, like, oh, that's how they build it. That's why they build that brand. Or, you know what I'm saying? What's that brand? John Deere is green because most of those products are your products. You know, so you start to see, like, man, these people have just creating a business is being creative. You know what I'm saying? Creating a logo with your business is being creative. So how are you presenting your information when it comes to people, man? You know, and then are you really truly being creative? Are you just accepting, oh, I just want to get this over with, I'm done, my brand good? Are you trying to constantly tweak your brand, constantly create something that helps your brand looks better, that helps your audience feel better when they use it or when they see it? You know what I'm saying? Do they recognize your brand awareness? It's very important, and that all that comes from you being creative. So I don't know. I really don't know, but I know one thing. Write this down. Creativity is intelligent having fun. Repeat. Being creative is your intelligence having fun. When you look at how you're going to be creative, why you going to be creative, then you ask yourself, okay, I've really been thinking about, man, like me being creative. Like, why is it so important that I be creative? Because we all have an imagination. You know what I'm saying? God had an imagination for us. He said he made us in his likeness and his image. All right, so he already had an image. He already had an imagination on how he seen us. You know what I'm saying? What imagination on how you see your business or how you see yourself as an entrepreneur, how people are going to perceive your logo, people are going to perceive you as an entrepreneur. It's all about your imagination, man. Your imagination and your creativity runs together, you know. So when you see Why Now Is Your Time, you'll see these little characters of myself. You will see this little lion. You will see different things of the brand and how I'm building it out, because I'm making sure the brand, I'm being creative with it, and I'm tapping into the things that I need to tap into. So I really, truly, if I can't tell you nothing else on this episode, is it's time for you to be creative, man. It's time for you to get locked in and say, you know what? I want to create. I want to create my logo. I want to create this company. I want to create, millions of dollars. I want to create this product. You know, and it's time for you to start to be envisioning where you want to go so you can become a wealthy and healthy entrepreneur, though. So this is very important that we talk about this. All right. So as we dive into it, I really want you guys to think about a couple things. Like, when have the last time you sat down and thought about, okay, how do my brand look to others? Or how am I going to build this entrepreneur, business, and once I build it, what are other people going to see? What is that image that's going to push them to see exactly, what I see with the vision? It's important that you use your creativity and your imaginations to create your brand, to create your entrepreneur lifestyle. So when people see it, when they buy products, they buy information from you, your stuff is consistently drawing new audience in. So they be like, oh, okay, yeah, I like that brand. Oh, I like that. You'll be surprised how many compliments I get on that lion with the arrows. They want to know exactly, what is that? Okay, you got a clothing line. Okay, I like it. I like it on the clothes. I want to wear it. I want stickers. I want that. You'd be surprised the stuff that people really, you think they're not interested in, but they are in and think about it. All right. So Level 1. Let's see what we got right here. Level 1. All right, as we go into it. First thing is your creativities. I tell you, it's 5 hobbies you might need, and this gonna help you be creative. Number 1, how to make money. How to make money. I want you guys to think about this. Creativity. If you know how to make money, can you teach others how to make money? This is a real question that you ask yourself. If you know how to make money, can you teach others how to make money? All right? You're diving into your creativity. You're diving into your mindset, all right? I want you to be creative and say, hey, I know how to make money. I can teach others how to make money. Once you understand and know that, it becomes so easy, man. It's so easy, you know, I promise you. The second hobby is, do you know how to get in shape? Creativity. You can create a product. All right, you can show others how to make money. You can show others how to get to where they're going. I'm just being creative with you. We're getting to another level, period. All right. So do you know how to get in shape? And if you know how to get in shape, you can create a product that can teach others how to get in shape, man. It's very important. You know what I'm saying, that you know this. The second hobby is you got to understand about knowledge. All right? How important the knowledge that you know that can rub off to others, or you can just teach them. How important is the knowledge that you know that you can teach others, man? It's creativity. I want you to be creative. Ask yourself, what do I know that I can teach others? Because I want to tap into my creative side. The next one is mindset. Can you take somebody from an A mindset to a B mindset? Which I mean, can you take somebody to become successful when it comes from thinking from this way to this way? Because I want you to be creative on how can you create something that can help somebody. Even if it's a 3-module course for $57, you can say, well, I'm going to do 3 modules, 10 minutes long, $57. We're going to talk about mindset. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys to dive into these creative ways. And then the last thing is, are you truly trying to be creative when you wake up on a daily basis? You know, are you trying to be creative, or are you just accepting what the world gives you? You know, I think so many people just accept what the world gives them. They don't even try to be successful. They don't even push themselves to be successful. They just accept what the world gives them. And then when you accept what the world gives you, then you just accepting anything, man. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not the type of person that's going to just accept what you're going to give me. All right? So there's 5 things I want you to think about when it comes to creativity. Think about how you can help people make more money. That could be a course. How you can help people get in shape. That can be a training course. How you can teach people what you know. That's a course. And then how you can give them the right mindset to go from here to there. That can be a course. So these are different mindsets, all right, different creativities that I want you guys to be able to tap into. The problem is too many people are afraid to tap into their creativity, man. So this is very important that you guys tap into your creativity. All right, so I want to talk about the difference between average, all right, and being an inspired person. It's a big difference, man. Average people tend to do what the world are doing. People who are inspired, they tend to do what they want to do. They tend to blaze their own path. I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios, the day in the life of an average person. An average person gets up in the morning, go to work, come home, watch TV, go back to sleep. That's average. You know what I'm saying? You get up, you come home. You get up, you go to work, come home, watch TV till you get sleepy, and then you go to sleep and you do it over again. That's the 40 over 40 cycle. All right, that means you're going to work for 40 years, 40 hours a week, and can't receive 40% of what you put into the journey at the end of the journey. All right? J-O-B, just over broke, job, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, so that's the cycle. That's what average people do. They live this mundane life and they don't want to be creative. They just do what they told and they don't want to blaze no path. They want to be told what to do. They want to be told what it's easier for them to be told what to do because they don't have to push themselves to another level. It's easy. They can wake up, go to work, be told what to do, be told when to get off, go home, watch TV. That's what average ass people do. Is to live the same mundane life. They don't even try to tap into their creativity. They don't even waste 1 second, 1 minute trying to tap into their creativity. I'm trying to get you away from not tapping into your creativity. I want you to start tapping into your creativity, all right? Now, the dead in life as a person on the mission, they wake up in the morning, they see who they can connect to, they start to connect with people that pushes their vision, all right? Their goals. Then they come home in the evening, they write out goals, they journal, and then the last step is they go to sleep, they wake up and do it again. So they are constantly on the move between that 7 to 10 o'clock at night. They trying to figure this thing out, all right? If you want to be average, listen, I really believe being average is easy. It's simple, man. It's simple. When I worked at the railroad, it was simple. It wasn't nothing hard about it. I used to get up, go to work, do what they told me to do. They had an assignment for us to do on a daily basis. Once I went and did that, then I got home, I watched TV, spent time with the family, went back to sleep, and I did it over and over again. And it was like I had no substance, I had no purpose. I was just living. You know what I'm saying? That's why one of my quotes is, life without purpose has no meaning. I was just living. I wasn't even driven or pushing myself to the next level. And I'm like, man, why is it that I have not pushed myself to the next level? And I never understood because I was comfortable. And when you comfortable, it tends to give you an average ass life. When you comfortable, it tends to help you not be creative. When you comfortable, you know what I'm saying, you're not starving, you're still eating. And when you're still eating, what happens? What happens is, as long as you're not starving, you're not pushing yourself to greatness. You're not becoming the best version of yourself. So, as this time was going on, I was like, man, I got to figure this thing out. Same right now, you might be asking yourself, like, why haven't you figured it out? Or you ask yourself, do you have to figure it out? It's time for you to tap into your creative side. I think we all have this creative side, but when life is so easy and so charismatic, when people don't really they don't care. I hear people say all the time, oh, my job is easy. I can just go to work and do this. I can work here another 20 years. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes God have an assignment for you, but you're not even fulfilling his assignment because you're allowing that complacency, because you ain't even trying to be creative. You're allowing that complacency to stop you from getting to another level that God might have for you. Even you might be making $130 a year. $130 a year, but God said, I can make you $500,000 doing something for assignment I want you to get on, but you so complacent and not tapping into your creativity, it stops you from getting to where you want to go. So you got to ask yourself, man, are you happy being average? Or you want to be above average? Because average people do the same mundane thing. They don't push themselves to greatness. They don't even try to even ask, should they be great? And I always tell people, it's like, listen, who wants to wake up, go to work, watch TV, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, watch TV, go to sleep for 40 years? And then at the end of this life, you ask yourself, whoa, man, what did I do with this life? You know what I'm saying? Now, again, this podcast ain't for everybody. And it's not meant to be for everybody. It's for those who saying, listen, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you right now is your time. I'm hearing you, Mr. Lloyd C. Christten Jr. I'm hearing you, and I want to tap into my creativity. You know, I don't want to live a mundane life. I want to go and push myself to greatness because I'm tired of not getting the results that I'm seeking. Well, it's time for you to be creative. It's time for you to start thinking. Your knowledge can pay your bills. Ooh, I repeat. What your experience in life and your knowledge, it can pay your bills when you learn how to package and promote who you really are. This ain't for everybody, man. You know, this ain't for everybody. Is it? Ain't. My wife gonna get on me about not using the proper terms. But I'm telling you, man, I really, truly, hopefully I'm speaking to your heart. I really, truly, hopefully that you saying, man, you know what? This guy's saying I need to be creative, so I'm about to be creative. This guy's saying I'm not pushing myself. I'm living the same mundane life. This guy's telling me that there's greatness from within me, but I just got to push myself. This guy's telling me that in order for me to be great, there has to be something that's bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? So, but you have to tap into your creative side. So many people are not tapping into their creative side, and it's killing your dreams. It's killing your aspiration. It's killing your mindset. You know, it's killing you to the next level. It's killing you. So tip of the day is this. You can't use up your creativity. You just have to tap into more of it. So you cannot use up your creativity. People say, I'm tapped out. Tapped out from what? You know what I'm saying? You cannot use it up. It's abundance. It's abundance of creativity. You know what I'm saying? So why is it that people die and then another group of people come up and they're creating something? So these group of people die. Their dreams over with. Their life over with. Another group comes up, different age group. They pushing forward. Why is it that think about that real quick. Why? Why is it? Because people are tapping into their creative side. People are understanding that their knowledge can't pay their bills. All right? That people are selling who they are versus selling a product. All right? People are selling who they are. I can help you. So since I can help you, I can listen and write this down. If you can help one, you can help 1,000. Because usually, not only that one person got that problem, there's thousands got the same problem. But you got to position yourself and ask yourself, like, how I'm going to do this? Like, why should I do this? You know what I'm saying? What's my why? Is my why making me cry? You know what I'm saying? WHY. What's hurting you? What is that thing that's pushing you? What's hurting you, man? You have to be ready for that mindset shift. You have to be ready there. Listen, I'm going to be creative by any means necessary. I'm tapping into my creativity right now, this second. When I get off this podcast, I'm tapping into my creativity. I'm no longer settling for what the world say I should do. All right? And then you'll start to see stuff happening. Because I'm going to tell you, you don't have to live that wake up, go to work, watch TV, sleep. Wake up, go to work. You don't have to live that. You don't have to live. You can live an abundance life. You can live your dreams. You can live out your ideals. But you got to create. You got to tap. One thing I tell people, don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Look at the person in the mirror. Because that's the only person that's going to push you to get where you're going. The problem is, so many of us say, oh, they already did that. It doesn't matter. It's abundance out here just for you. God's just waiting on you to do something. He waiting on you to create something, but you sitting back with your hands in your pocket, wondering why, man, this ain't never gonna happen for me. You ain't got nothing to work with. You know what I'm saying? You ain't tapping to your creative side because there's a group of people that's gonna know, like, and love you. You know what I'm saying? Know, like, and love you. There's a group of people, but you cannot allow this to stop you from not achieving the things you desire to achieve. I tell people all the time, I tell a lot of my students, I tell a lot of people I mentor, listen, man, you can do this, but you got to stop living average, and you got to stop thinking average. Not only living average, it comes with your thinking. You know what I'm saying? The more abundance you believe you're receiving, the more you're going to get out here and tap into your creativity and tell yourself that this is why I'm about to do it. Nobody or nothing can stop you from getting to where you gotta go, man. It's sad, but the truth of the matter is we are all built for something special, but we got better, and then you'll be able to do. So let's talk about your poor parents versus your rich parents. And this is why I believe a lot of people are not creative, because it's like what you was told as a kid, it can really affect you as an adult. I'm straight up, man. I mean, so that's why I tell people, individuals, like, sometimes some of you not creative because it's what you was told as a kid. It's how you grew up. So you never had a chance to be creative. So when you haven't had a chance to be creative, that kills you. That kills your momentum. That kills your dreams. That kills everything that's about you. You know what I'm saying? And I personally believe you have them rich parents and you have those poor parents. Now, when I say rich and poor, I'm not talking about money-wise. I'm talking about what they spoke into your life made them either a rich parent or made them a poor parent. Because if you might not have a lot, but what you telling your kid can develop your kid to get a lot. So it's mental, all right? So your poor parents, one thing I learned, they say, go to school. Go to school. They tell you, go to school. School is everything, man. You need that degree. I'm telling you, degree is everything. They tell you to go to school. Your rich parents, they tell you, school ain't for everybody, but find something that you're passionate about. Whoo! This really speaks to me right here, though. You know what I'm saying? Again, your poor parents going to tell you to go to school because the school is just so important. It's the most important thing. You need that degree. Your rich parents going to say, school ain't for everybody, but find something that you love and go hard at it until you become the master at it. That's what I'm trying to tell you in this podcast. To be creative, find something you love, don't stop, and watch it happen, man. It's going to happen. The second thing your poor parents tell you is read academic books. Let me ask y'all a question. When the last time y'all used geometry? When the last time you used geometry as an adult? Think about that stuff, man. Your poor parents, it's important that you read those books at that school. Here go your rich parents. Read books that's going to help you with finances and help you build a brand. That's your rich parents. They giving you a different perspective. Read books that's going to help you, self-help books. You know what I'm saying? Books that's going to speak into your soul, speak into your mind. That's the rich parents. The poor parents, school is important. School is everything. That's what listen, some of you might not agree with me, but guess what? Get off this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't for everybody. We having uncomfortable conversations, man. This podcast ain't for everybody. So you might be the poor parent. You might be offended right now. But I'm just telling you the difference, okay? Your poor parents, man, go get a job once you graduate, man, because you're going to need that job, pay your bills. Life is going to beat you up. The rich parents, go start a business that you're passionate about. Go and start that business that you are passionate about. Rich parents, now listen, it has nothing to do with money. It has to do with what are you telling your kids? What you was told as a kid. It has affected you right now today. You know what I'm saying? In the 21st century. What you was told as a kid is affecting you right now, man. Some of you can't get over the hump because of what they done told you. Some of you cannot get over the hump because of what they done told you, man. I'm telling y'all. I believe it. Go to school. Get that good job. Go read those academic books that don't make no sense. Go get a job. That's what your rich parents telling you. That's what your poor parents telling you. The rich parents saying, if you want to go to school, go. If you don't want to go to school, don't. But start that business. Read books on finances. Read books on self-help books that's going to push your mind to the next level. That's your rich parents. It has nothing to do with money. It's with them speaking something into your life that makes you go in a different direction. It's a direction for me, baby. What are they speaking into your life to help you go in a different direction? You got the poor parents and you got the rich parents. Pick and choose. Which one were you? And how much has it affected your life, man? Your poor parents say, go work 40 hours a week for somebody. Your rich parents say, go hire somebody to help you build your dreams. And guess what? You can hire somebody, they don't have to pay them nothing. They just believe in your vision. Ooh! You can hire somebody and say, listen, we want to come up together. So guess what I learned? If my vision is so big and it's bigger than theirs, they will help me push my vision, man. So now they will be my workers. I seen it. I brought people in. I know it happens. People want to be a part of your vision. People want to see. They want to be a part of it. But you're not allowing them to. Your poor parents say, go get bad debt. Your rich parents say, go travel the world. Don't get in debt. Do not get in debt. Do not get in debt. Your poor parents tell you, go retire poor. Your rich parents say, retire young. See, it's what people have spoken inside of you that's pushing you to get to where you're trying to go. It's not necessary. It's not about, and I'm not saying poor parents, rich parents. I'm talking literally about what they done spoken to your life. All right, what they done told you, which is hindering you as an adult. You know, if they never taught you anything about entrepreneurship and you started from scratch, it's tough. If they are entrepreneurs and they teach you, it's easier. It's just what it is, man. So poor parents and rich parents, it's affecting you as an adult. It's affecting you. The things you was told in your childhood is really hindering you because you holding on to all of that junk. You know what I'm saying? It's like a whole bunch of baggage. I always use this scenario. I say, imagine you got a stick on your back or on your shoulder, and then everything they about to put on your shoulder, the stick about to get heavier. So insecurities on your shoulders. All right, lack of finances on your shoulders, lack of knowledge on your shoulders. You know, not understanding your purpose on your shoulders. All these things start to drag you down, and then you wonder like, whoa, why my life feels so heavy? Why my life ain't going the way I expected this to go? Because you walking around with a lot of things that's stopping you from getting to the place where you're trying to go because of what your parents told you. Because that stuff is going to stick into your mind. That stuff ain't going to never leave. It's going to be in there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I ain't gonna never. I know I done heard this. Man, we never gonna get over the hump. Man, the struggle real, man. It's hard out here. These are things that were speaking. So guess what happened? When I become 18, 19, 20, 21, I say, it's hard out here, man. I ain't gonna never get ahead, man. The white man holding me back. We say all this crazy stuff that don't make no sense. And the only person holding you back is the person looking in the mirror. The only person holding you back. Ain't no race. Ain't no opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Land of the free, home of the brave. I'm telling you right now, you can do whatever you set your mind to. You can do whatever you feel like you can do. And don't let nobody tell you can't. You know what I'm saying? Once you lay it out, you understand that this is what my poor dad said. My poor parents. You know what I'm saying? This is what my rich parents said. They're saying some of the same things. You know, they're saying some of the same things. Now I want you to hear how this sounds. I want you to hear this. Say this. Here's your poor parent. Go to school. Go get that academic book. Go get a job. Work 40 hours a week to make them happy. Go get bad debt. And retire poor. Here go your rich parents. Listen, if you want to go to school, it's up to you. Just make sure you do something you're passionate about to make sure your life happy. Go read self-educational books. Go study the person you want to become. Start a business. Go hire people to work for you. Travel around the world and explore. Have an open vision of where you want to go. And retire young. You see how it all sounds crazy? It sounds crazy. But the rich dad, the rich parent, they're telling you is you can live your dreams. But it takes you understanding where you need to go. The poor parent telling you, you really can't live your dreams. You just gotta do what you told and accept what life gives you. I refuse to accept what life gives me. I'm not gonna accept it. I'm never gonna accept it. I'm gonna do what I want to do in this world while I'm here. Every day I get up is a new day for me to be great. Every day that God put the breath of life in me, I'm pushing myself to another level. I'm never settling for less because I know I'm the best at what I do. There is no competition around me because I am my own competition. So you can take the advice from your rich parents or you can take the advice from your poor parents. Guess what? You still gotta live. Whether you live in your purpose or you live in somebody else's purpose. But while you live in their purpose, they on vacation chilling. What you gonna do? The choice is yours. And I say that because so many people don't understand how important it is for you to do the things that you desire to do. Don't accept what they're giving you. You don't have to accept it. Just because they told you this was the best job for you, don't mean you're going to love that job. Just because they told you this is the best situation for you, don't mean you got to stay in that situation, man. And I say situation. So situation. Just telling you guys this, man. You are your best investment. I'm going to tell you in every podcast because I think it's important. Because just because my parents had a poor mindset don't mean I got to follow their rules that they set for themselves, set their limitations for themselves, set their goals for themselves. I don't have to accept what they accepted just because they imported that in me, all right? I can do the things I desire to do, but I got to have a willpower to be creative. To be creative. If you want to become successful, man, I tell you this right now. Position yourself where you can do the things that you love to do. Period, all right? I want to tell you guys this. The scripture of the day is Psalms 51 and 10. It has a lot to do with creativity, but it don't. But I would like for you to say this because it's good. It says, God created me a clean heart and renew the right spirit in me. Some of you guys need a cleanse. Some of you guys need a mental cleanse to be creative. You've been held back by your past. You know what I'm saying? So Psalm 51 and 10 says, God created me a clean heart. That means create in me something that's pure. Wipe out all these negative notations that I have about myself, all these negative people that have spoken to my life. Wipe all that away from me and renew in me the right spirit. Renew in me a different spirit going forward. The problem is some of you guys is letting that past whoop your ass. I repeat, you're letting the past whoop your ass, man. Because those negative thoughts is still in there. And you got to spread your wings and say, nope, I'm not accepting it. I'm not accepting it. I'm not accepting it, man. I'm not accepting it. I'm not going to accept what they told me when I was a kid. I'm not going to accept what the people telling me on a daily basis. I don't want to be like them. I don't want to be in the struggle. I want to be great. So greatness is going to take me tapping into my creativity. I can no longer settle for what people telling me. Because there's greatness that lies within me. And so since the greatness is within me, I will push myself to be more creative, man. Because I'm not going to listen to what my poor parents said. My poor parents said, I'm telling you, I'm not going to listen to them. Because just because they live in that life don't mean I have to live that life. Just because they've been at a job for 30 years, don't mean I have to work for somebody for 30 years. I can have a 30-year business. Just because that's all I know, don't mean I can't renew in me, clean my heart, God, and renew in me the right spirit now, so I can think different. I can become different because I want to be different. I don't want to settle. So when are you going to stop settling? It's very important. You don't have to settle. Just because they told you this is what you should do, what you got to do, and no, I don't want it. Sorry. Tell you the bad news. Good luck to those who want to accept it, all right? Now, I want to go into the acronym, man. The acronym of creativity. And let's talk about it. The C is continue to create. Continue to create. Continue to dive into that thing that you want to do. I want you guys to continue. The problem is we just let the world give us something and we accept it. We're no longer going to accept it, all right? The R is recognize real. Recognize that you are the most creative thing that can happen to you. You can create whatever you want to do. The E in creative is engage. Engage in your heart, engage in your spirit, engage in your mind, and push yourself to another level, man. I'm telling you this right now. You got to engage. You got to be locked in. You got to tell yourself, I'm locked in. The A is always do not accept average. Do not accept average. You know what I'm saying? And be your best advertisement. Do not accept average. Too many of you guys are just accepting average when there's something that's inside of you, but you're afraid to tap into your creativity. All right? The T, you got to trust your intuition, man. Trust it. You got to trust it. I promise you, if you can trust your intuition, not only will your life start to happen, but things will take you to another level. The I is you got to be innovative. You got to be out. You got to be. You can't be afraid to step outside that box. You know what I'm saying? I tell people if you're inside the box, you can't get out. Blow it up. You got to get out that box, man. You have to get out that box. You have to be innovative. The V is you have to understand that in order to create it, you got to be vulnerable, man. I mean, you got to be a person that's willing to learn, teach. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to learn from the teacher, man. The problem is too many people you think you know everything when you know nothing. Be vulnerable. Open up. You know what I'm saying? Be like a glass. Let people see through you. It's easier for people to help you, man. I'll tell you that right now. You know what I'm saying? Be transparent. So many people not transparent. They think they got all the answers. You got all the answers, Craig. You don't got all the answers. You know what I'm saying? So always. And the E, execute. Always be executing, man. I want you guys to be executing. Be executing. Be executing, all right? Because guess what I learned? You got a vision and you got ideals. The problem is somebody needs to speak it into you. If nothing else, I'm speaking it to you right now. It's time for you to tap into your vision and your ideals. It's time for you to create a to-do list. It's time for you to get excited about it. Be creative. Be more creative. Be more creative. Think about this. I need you guys to organize your thoughts. I need you guys to connect with yourself. Then I need you to schedule out your day and create the right environment. Again, organize your thoughts. All right? Organize them. This is what you're thinking. This is where you want to go. Connect with people that's going to help you push your vision. All right? Schedule out your day. That means have a plan on where you're going and how you're going to get there. All right? And then let your environment produce results. The problem with a lot of you is your environment is not producing no results. And then you're sitting back wondering why you don't have no results. Because your environment has been hindering you. Your environment, the people you're around, the people that's speaking into your life, you already grew up with that poor parent. You know what I'm saying? Now you're surrounded about poor-minded people. So that's all that stuff is killing you. It's not helping you go to the next level. And it's important. It's so important, man, that you guys surround yourself with the right people. It's so important that you tell yourself on a daily basis, man, that listen, rich parent, poor parent. Rich parent, poor parent. But and I'm really just trying to tell you, man, that life is hard. It's gonna beat us up. It's gonna slap us around, but we gotta keep pushing. Because guess what? Just because it knocked you down, I mean you gotta stay down. Just because somebody told you that you couldn't make it happen, don't mean it can't happen. You know what I'm saying? It just might not be right now. But you're grinding to get to the now. So if you start now, 5 years from now, where you gonna be if you just stay consistent? Stop letting people put their own expectations on you. I see this happening too much. People letting people put their own expectations on them, and now they walk around saying, "Oh, I can't do it because he said he can't do it, or she can't do it, so I can't do it. She said she can't do it, so I can't do it." So you've been going your whole life letting people put their own expectations on you when your expectations is way bigger than they can ever imagine, man. Your dream, your aspirations, the things that you are going towards is way bigger than they even thinking. But since you are so connected and surrounded by them, it's stopping your growth. It's stopping you from becoming the best version of yourself. So you can't even be creative because your environment not allowing you to be creative. You know what I'm saying? So how can you paint a canvas if I'm giving you a canvas that's already got with no paintbrushes and it's already a picture? But if I give you a canvas and it's blank and I give you some paint markers and say, man, paint the vision that you see, then now you can paint it. But but if you steady around people, like, it's already a painting on there. So why is it that you're trying to paint something? You know what I'm saying? So they're steady putting their limitations on you when something you might want to add to that painting to make it better. But we're allowing people to stop our growth. We're allowing people to stop our creativity, man. We're allowing it. And I don't understand. And it really baffles me on a daily basis that I talk to so many people. And it's like, why haven't we created the life that we wanted? Because it's our environment. It's our creativity. It's like God already gave us everything we need inside of us. We just got to go tap into it. You know what I'm saying? You can't warm nothing up in the oven. There's nothing in the oven. You know what I'm saying? You can't add no ingredients to nothing if you ain't start cooking. You know what I'm saying? God can't do nothing for us, for our creativity, if we ain't even tried. Because we're allowing all these people that's in our circle to stop us from achieving our dreams. This thing is bigger than us. It has nothing to do with us. Just know, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be the person lying on your deathbed and God said, you know what? This is what you could have been 20 years ago, but you allowed these, and then he started pointing out the people. Chris, Jim, whoever, Anthony, whoever, you start allowing these people. You start allowing these people. He say these are the people. The reason why you have not became successful because you surrounded by these people. I was trying to take you in a different direction for your creativity to tap in, but you were so used to that environment, you didn't want to leave that environment. So these 5 people are the reason that stopped you. When I was trying to connect you to Lucille over here, Sarah over here, and Sarah was going to introduce you to their friends, so that now your circle can become different, so you can be more creative. But you allow these small-minded people to stop you from being great. You allowed it. And I refuse to let people tell me what I can't do. Don't be that person, man. Laying down on your deathbed. Laying there. Wondering why you didn't live your dreams. Wondering why you didn't tap into your dreams. wondering why you wasn't creative. It was your environment that stopped you from getting to where you was trying to go. But you had to tell yourself, listen, everybody not meant to go with you on this journey. Just because you was my friend when we was childhood friends don't mean that you need to be my friends when we adults. Their level of thinking can stop you from getting to where you're trying to go. It's time for you to open up your horizons. It's time for you to cut ties with people who ain't helping you go to where you gotta go. I want your mind to think different. I want your mind to expand. I want your mind to get to the next level. But you gotta want it. You gotta have a desire for it. You can't allow people to stop you from getting to where you're trying to go. Because guess what? Your thoughts, your environment, it stops you from being creative. But this is your time right now. This is why now is your time. It's time for you to design your life. It's time for you to create your brand. It's time for you to leave your legacy. It's time for you to understand that the umbilical cord that's been attached to you, it's time for you to cut it. It ain't no hard fitness, it's just business. I can't be your friend because you stopping my growth. I can't stay connected to you because you stopping my growth. So why is it I'm going to still waste all my time being connected to you when all I had to do was say, man, cut the cord, go over here to my new set of friends so I can be creative. But some of you guys trying to hold on to old news that's stopping you to get into new news. These people are stopping your growth. These people are stopping you from becoming the best version of you. It's time to wake up. It's time for you to become bigger and better than you ever became. Because I know you got creativity inside of you. You just got to create it. It's time out for it. We love you, but we're going to love you from a distance. I can't be around you because you're stopping my growth. I'm sorry to tell you the bad news. I'm not going to tell you like that because I don't want to be rude. But guess what? Right now is my time, man. I'm creating the life I want. I'm designing my brand. I'm creating my legacy. Yeah, I'm creating the life that I want. Design the life you want. Create the brand you deserve. And you leave your legacy, man. I'm telling you. I'm speaking to you right now. I don't care what they tell you. Right now is your time telling you it's time to cut the cord. So if nobody told you, I'm telling you. Cut the cord. Them people ain't meant to be your friends forever. You're trying to make a long-term friend that's meant to be you thinking they're supposed to be your friend forever because y'all been down since childhood. They stopping your growth. They stopping your growth because of their limited mindset. They stopping your growth because of your limited mindset. And it's crazy because some of you still not getting it. These same friends that's supposed to be your friends, that you say you've been your childhood friends, that you say y'all grew up together, y'all from the same hood, y'all from the same area, y'all from the same state. What that mean? I'm telling you right now, man, it's time to cut the umbilical cord. It's time to listen, man. I'm trying to grow. That's just, I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to get to another level, man. So let's listen to this real quick.
So I say, well, everyone's not creative, and everybody goes, oh, that's terrible. It's like, it's not so terrible. It's not self-evident that you would curse someone with high levels of creativity.
Come on.
You know, you hear very frequently people say things like everyone's creative. It's like, that's wrong. Okay? It's wrong. It's just as wrong as saying that everyone's extroverted.
Come on.
First of all, you have to be pretty damn smart to be creative, because otherwise you're just going to get to where other people have already got, and that's not creative by definition. So being fast and being out there at the front of things really makes a difference. And then you also have to have these divergent thinking capabilities, and that's part of your trait structure.
Come on.
And creative people are really different than non-creative people. You know, partly because, for example, they're highly motivated to do creative things and to experience novelty and to chase down aesthetic experiences and to attend movies and to read fiction and to go to museums and to enjoy poetry and to enjoy music that's not conventional music, for example.
Come on.
These aren't trivial differences. And so it's a real misstatement to make the proposition that everyone's creative. It's just simply not the case. It's a matter of wishful thinking. It's like saying that everyone's intelligent.
Come on.
If everyone's intelligent, then the term loses all of its meaning. Because any
so
term
some of them friends you around, you kind of cut them off.
Now, And the other thing you want to be thinking about here is that don't be thinking that creativity is such a good thing. It's a high risk, high return strategy.
It is.
So if you're creative, you just try this. There's creative people in this room, man. You guys are going to have a hell of a time monetizing your creativity. It's virtually impossible. It's really, really difficult because, first of all, let's say you make an original product. You think the world will beat a pathway to your door if you build a better mousetrap. It's like, that's complete rubbish.
Come on.
It isn't true in the least. If you make a good creative product, you've probably solved about 5%. Really novel, you have to tell people what the hell the thing is.
Come on.
No one knows what that is, and that's a real problem. If you write a book, well, then you have the problem that another million people have also written a book. But if you produce something that's completely new and doesn't have a category, people can't search for it online. How are they going to find it?
Come on.
And then you have pricing problems, and it's really unbelievably difficult to produce something creative and then monetize it. And even worse, if you're the creative person, let's say you have a spectacular invention, you've got no money, right? You've got no customers. Those are big problems. And so maybe you go and you find a venture capitalist. We start with family and friends because that's how it works. You raise money for your product. You raise money from your family and friends. That's assuming you have family and friends that have some money and that they're going to give it to you. And
they might be broke. That's why I say new friends.
So it's a terrible barrier right off the bat. And then, of course, you're putting your family and friends at substantial financial risk because the probability that your stupid idea is going to make money is virtually zero, even if it...
So, let me say this before we close this podcast out, man. Some of you guys are so creative, and it's inside of you, man. You just got to do it. You just got to do it. But your friends, your situations, they holding you back. And I'm telling you guys right now, in order to be creative, some of you are creative. He said everybody not creative, but some of you, I'm talking to you. You are very creative, but your environment is stopping you from tapping into all of it 100%, man. So as I always tell you, man, thank you guys for listening to this podcast number 10. Why now is your time? Design your life, create your brand, leave your legacy, man. We see you, or if you're watching the video, hey, we see you next video, or if you listening on Apple, Anchor, Spotify, we see you guys in the next podcast, man. We got so many to talk about. You guys have an incredible and awesome day. Be blessed.